I'm currently building out a media platform called the Founders Edition. And it's really a way to showcase stories about entrepreneurship. And the reason why I wanted to do this was I started my first business back in 2018, ran that until the beginning of 2022, and went through, so it was a roller coaster of wins and challenges. And over the last year, I've been working with other startups on strategy and corporate development. And when I look online, I started seeing a lot of limiting views of what entrepreneurship looks like, or what starting and building a business looks like. And it was always the sound bites of success. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't look like that. It doesn't feel like that. So let's do something different. And so I've been doing that over the last few months, and it's been really fun. I think normalizing the vulnerability and the realities of those challenges are really important for other entrepreneurs to hear as well, because 90% of what goes through Founders Day, no one hears about it, no one talks about it, no one sees that, can recognize that, but it actually does happen to everyone. Well, I didn't actually think I was ever going to be an entrepreneur. When I came out of school, I did finance, so I thought I was going to be in capital markets. So I did investment banking, I did venture capital, and really what got me into entrepreneurship was that desire to understand what happened on the operational side after big strategic decisions were being made. I never had that at the early days of my career. And so after 2 years of investment banking, I joined a startup, saw it from the ground up, was able to take it public and sell it. And I was like, you know what, I can do this. I've kind of convinced myself in my head that this was something that I could do. And that's where I started my first company, which was a retail brand. I definitely believe that if I put my mind to something, I can make it happen. I think a lot of people, they think about things, but they don't actually act on it. And the hardest step is just to act on it, and then you normalize, the uncertainties and the risks. And as soon as you go through those enough, and be familiar with them and be comfortable with that uncertainty, it becomes a little easier. I would say just take the leap, because I think a lot of people confuse reading and listening about entrepreneurship, whether through podcasts and books, and thinking that they're actually doing the thing, but you haven't done it until you actually done it. You have to do the thing, you have to learn from the mistakes, you have to put in the reps, you can't get away from that. I wish there was a bullet to success, but there actually isn't. And those lived experience are what is going to make you grow as an entrepreneur. And there's no one size fits all. Other people's key to success isn't going to be yours, and you just have to figure it out on your own. I'm optimistic about entrepreneurship in general. Like, the startup ecosystem is strong. I know that there's oftentimes scary stories in the market. We hear about unicorns that are now going bankrupt. We hear about a lot of startups that aren't able to continue growing. But sitting at this conference here, you see a lot of positivity around here. There's a lot of excitement about new problems that are looking for solutions. So I'm just excited to see what the next few years are going to bring, especially in the Canadian ecosystem.